All right, good evening, everybody. Good evening. It's your girl AniYa A, and we are live. I am live yet again this evening with all of you great people. Listen, I'm not going to be on here for very long, but I just had a quick PSA to talk about, right? And I'm speaking kind of low. I hope you guys can hear me okay. And that's because my son is sleeping, and Um, I want him to stay asleep for just a few more minutes, right? So, welcome back, guys. I just wanted to do a quick PSA to share that we are literally having another press conference slash event tomorrow. It's going to be a rally on 145th, right? And we're going to be live, discussing the issues that's going on in the community. But more importantly, the mere fact is that Harlem is not for sale. So due to the fact that these people really tried it and they want to develop and build up a truck stop in the community, which is super dangerous and super not good for our people, for our health, for the streets of Harlem. Can you imagine an 18-wheeler or several 18-wheelers coming down 145th every day? Right, and into the evening, where there's children passing by, where there's elderly people passing by. You know what I mean, guys? So I just wanted to come on and talk about it, and as somebody who's very vocal, I just don't think it makes sense for us to stand idly by and not do anything about this situation. Like, it's not fair what's going on, and we shall not tolerate it. Hold on, let me share this to my Facebook page real quick. Hold on, guys, because I'm learning how to utilize this platform and share it on multiple platforms and things of that nature. So hold on, right, as we go ahead and share this live stream with all of you. I can do it right from there. That's excellent. Harlem, I'm saying it right now, Harlem is not for sale. Join us tomorrow on 145th Street. Let's get real. Let's get real about this circumstance, right? And say no to non affordable housing. There you have it, folks, right? Because we're not playing any more games, right? So basically, when you have a community that's already going through hell, how can you sit there and open your face up to say basically it doesn't matter and we don't have to give you affordable housing because we want to build a truck stop in the middle of the street? Does that make any sense to any of you who may be watching now or who may watch later? Like, honest to God, I don't understand why people are acting crazy right now, why this developer is so heartless and he does not care about the people. May I also say that there is no way in hell that this could even be done in Manhattan or in Long Island. Why is this being done right here in the heart of Harlem? Because they think that we don't have any rights, plus the literal Inez Dickens of the world and these other supposed leaders, they have all sold us out, guys. Literally, these people have sold us out for like pennies, and they think that it's okay for us not to get anything in our communities for our people. And it's very sad what's happening, and we're saying enough is enough. So, you know me, guys, anytime there's something like this happening, I feel like it's a calling on my life to give back and to also make sure people understand why I'm joining the fight. I don't join the fight because I have nothing to do. I'm joining the fight, guys, because it's not fair. I'm joining the fight also because I have a son, I have a child who needs to come up into this world and understand that, you know what? First of all, I'm not going to have to beg and grovel. And no, I don't necessarily mean that generational property thing where, you know, us as community, literally, and we call it like they grandfather the family in or whatever. So I don't think I'm going to be able to do that because on top of everything else, Section 8 has gone away. Public housing is not a thing, and these developers are privatizing all of the properties that were technically, you know, for housing and stuff, right? You have a lot of people that are being displaced every day and being kicked out of the homes that they have known all of their lives. Granted, some of the places that they have been living in hasn't been the best, because they have been public housing or what have you, but still, where are people going to go? So, you know what they've done on 145th Street, by the way? They've done what you call, they were smart. I knew that this was going to be a thing, but I didn't know to what extent we were going to see this situation play out. So a couple years ago, as I was leaving a meeting, I don't want to say where or what have you, I walk out and I'm really like right there in front of this street where the storage unit is facing the community, right? This big red, blue. You know what's so funny? It's actually like the same colors of my logo, the AniYa show. As you can see, red, blue, black, yellow, white, or what have you, right? And it's so funny because literally when I walked out of this meeting and I saw this monstrosity of a storage unit, the first thing that came to my mind, guys, the first thing that came to my mind was the mere fact that they have built this storage unit here in this particular place on 145th Street, like basically right going towards they call it 7th Avenue, aka Malcolm X Boulevard. You know why they did that? Because they were planifying to kick the rest of the community out of their homes, and all of these people would need what you call shelter space, or excuse me, storage units, right? So what they did was they were slick about it, and they literally built that storage unit in a place because they had many more plans, many more plans for the community and for the area, and they were working on displacing the entire community. Friends and family, this should not be allowed. This should not be a thing right now. And we need to say, hell no, the storage unit has to go, and so does this truck stop. Why is it that they can't do this in Manhattan? Why is it that they can't do this in Long Island? I get it. Is it because our leaders have been so weak for so long? I'm getting text messages and calls, guys. Hold on one second, everybody. For those that are writing and messaging me right now, I am going to call you back. I'm going to message you back for sure, but please give me a few minutes. Please give me a few minutes as I call you back and message you back in just a little bit. Okay, in just a minute. I'll be writing you back, calling you back, etc. But I just wanted to share this presently that so people can see for themselves, right? That we have to say no more to this faulty way of thinking and doing things, right? It's so sad, guys. It's literally so sad what's happening right now. And, you know, like I said, when they built that storage unit, right there on 145th Street, literally right next to Malcolm X, right next to the train, so it could be an easy little, you know, way for people to get off and on the trains, you know, bring their stuff, you know, to the storage unit. Why didn't they build a new apartment complex, a high rise, or something? Why didn't they do that? You know why? Because they never anticipated for the community to get on their own feet, and they literally never anticipated for the community to understand what's going on and fight the good fight back. And I'm here to tell you guys, I'm here for the fight. At first, I didn't understand what was going on because let's be honest with ourselves. Who in their right mind is going to literally think, excuse me, just because these people didn't get their way, that they would be doing this right now? Like, who would have thought that would have been a thing? I sure as hell didn't. Because you can't get your way and make unaffordable housing, but you're calling it affordable housing. So you're gonna stomp your feet. You're gonna get so mad. You know, titty bomb. I call them. Why don't you go back on your mama's titty? You know, titty bomb. You're gonna get so mad that you know what you're gonna do. you are going to create a false narrative and say that it's literally the fault of the councilwoman that there's a truck stop in the middle of the street. What? Where they do that at? Where do they do that at? Live now. Ready for this, guys? Say no to the no. Harlem, live now. Harlem is not for sale. I said Harlem. Harlem is not for sale. Say no to the truck stop. It's a dangerous truck stop, mind you. The dangerous truck stop on 145th Street. All right, guys. So I just posted that I'm live right now. It's just mind-boggling. So I wanted to hear from all of you. I know this is not my usual time, guys. I know this is not my usual time, but I just had to come on live to share my thoughts and my opinions with you guys because you guys matter. Your lives matter. My life matters. We cannot sit back and let them strip us away of all of our bare necessities in life. Like housing is a real important thing. You know what I mean? So, guys, I just had to come on, like I said, to share a few words with all of you. It's dangerous too for the truck stop, in case many people are wondering, AniYa, what do you mean by dangerous? Well, let me tell you something. When you have, oh, geez, when you have these 18 wheelers going up and down the street all day long, not caring about what is going on in front of them, behind them, etc., children could be running back and forth. I don't even have to explain why a truck stop is actually not the way to go, by the way. You guys know damn well why. Why it would be dangerous, why we shouldn't have it there. So I again encourage each one of you guys to join your girl AniYa A tomorrow at ready for this at 1 p.m. It's going to be from 1 to 3 p.m. It's going to be right there in the heart of 145th Street. And we encourage you all to be a part of the action and really stand up against the nightmare that's happening in front of us. Listen, you guys don't understand. If we don't do something now, by the way, and let me just say it like this, if we don't do something now, right, for the next generation, there won't be a next generation of people who can make a difference. You know why? Because we're losing every bit of our strength every day. Every day, it seems like the Black community is giving up. And one of the things that I hate the most is the mere fact, and I'm not going to hold you, the mere fact that a lot of our Black leaders have totally sold us out. Have totally sold us out, and I'm just sick and tired of being sick and tired. So if you're sick and tired of being sick and tired as well, join us tomorrow, guys, because we need all hands on deck. We need everybody to understand that we cannot let this happen. This should not be our plight where they're just taking over, 145th Street and Harlem altogether. Absolutely not. We must take a stance and we must fight the good fight of faith. So, with that being said, guys, I am literally about to shut it down in a few. I just wanted to come on and talk to each one of you and share that Harlem should not be for sale, and we have to work better and we have to be smarter. Furthermore, we have to say no to the developers. We have to share with the developers that we're not just going to sit back and let them do whatever it is that they want to us, and that our beloved community needs to stay sacred. We need to show that we are in it as a unified front and that nothing is going to get past us, right? We are not going to allow for this thing to keep going on in our communities and in our spaces, right? We have to fight back, guys. So that's all I really had for now. And if you all have anything else you want to share, then please reach out to your girl AniYa A. and let your people know that we're here and we are going to be here until we see victory. Now, how long that's going to take, I ain't too sure, right? I'm not too sure how long that's going to take until we see victory. But one thing's for certain and two things for sure, we cannot give up the battle. We cannot allow for these people to run us out of our communities and also literally tell us that we need to have a truck stop in the middle of the street just because they didn't have their way. They could not do this in a white neighborhood, guys. They could not do this in Manhattan. How? How could they do this in Manhattan? You know, they wouldn't even do this in Chinatown, to be honest with you. Can you imagine them going to Chinatown and saying enough is enough and we want to build a truck stop in the middle of Chinatown? How? Never, 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 never would that have been accepted. But why is it accepted in a black community? You guys tell me that. Tell me why it's accepted in a black community for these things to go on. Is it lack of leadership? Is it the fact that our leaders keep getting bought out and they're selling out? Or is it the fact that the people are just not responding? One of the things I want people to understand too about this fight that I'm fighting is we need to expose not only the bad leaders, not only those that are supposed to be in position to help, but we also must discuss the fact that the black community does not stand up until things like this occur. Now, I heard, right, that a lot of people were protesting against this before, but it seemed to have been inactive. It seemed like nobody heard the cries of the people, and furthermore, it seemed like nobody really cared to really investigate what was happening. So, what does that mean? Man, just like massive chaos, nobody really taking a lead, right? And at the end of the day, we have seen where that has landed us. We see it every day, and it's our community that suffers the most. So, guys, I don't want to keep you long. I know I've been on here for a little bit already. So, if you can join us tomorrow, please do that. As we say, enough is enough, and we no longer want Harlem to be sold out the way it is. So thank you guys for tuning in to your girl AniYa A. And I'm so happy I made it through this platform. I made it through this whole platform without my kid jumping up and waking up. I'm happy about that. Really, I am. All right, guys, I've been on here for a little less than 20 minutes. So I'm happy. I'm tired, though. I'm tired. I had a long day. I was in the hospital, of course, with my blood transfusion, iron transfusions, because my iron has been very, very low, right? And I guess that's why I'm kind of not as hyper this evening, because Lord knows I am not as energetic as I typically am. So maybe that's the reason, because my injections and infusion, excuse me, came up today, and I get so tired afterwards. So, with that being said, guys, again, thank you for streaming and tuning in. Share this message with a friend. Let them know that Harlem is not for sale. And yes, my energy is low because of, the infusions. Look, I still got my bandages, but this is the last thing I want to share. If I can come out and protest tomorrow between 1 and 3 p.m., then that means you all can come out as well. Do not sit in your homes. Do not cry later. Do not sit here and think that your voice doesn't matter, because everybody's voice matters. All hands on deck, 10 toes up. All right, guys. Thank you again. I love each and every one of you. Share this with a friend, and let's continue to build and grow together. God bless you.